Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sheff United Way match reaction. We are reacting to Sheffield United 1, Manchester United 2. I tell you what, before the start of the game, I think all fans would have taken this result. But we played really well. We did. Played really well. And yeah, it's pretty frustrating to come away from that game without a point. It really is. But we'll get there. I just want to start this off. Normally, like the Newcastle game, everybody gave the Newcastle fans so much respect for showing the respect for Matty Cusack, all that sort of stuff on the day. It was a very emotional day for a lot of Blade supporters, Blades players, anyone connected to the club. And Newcastle United absolutely did themselves proud. Tonight, Manchester United were an absolute disgrace. Man United fans were an absolute disgrace. So, first and foremost, I feel like they think that Sir Bobby Charlton's kind of death and everything that surrounds it, showing the respect for him, is more than anything that else that was happening tonight. Because Tommy Hoyland, who is a Sheffield United legend, icon, whatever you want to call him, he's also died. And we were showing our respect to our player, Tommy Hoyland. And Manchester United fans just sang songs all the way through. Gary Sinclair saying some really nice words about Tommy Hoyland. And then we're talking about current affairs as well. Black armbands were worn for these current affairs. I won't go into all that sort of stuff. Man United fans booed it. They also again cheered whilst he was talking about that. And then we spoke about Sir Bobby Charlton, legend of the game, won the World Cup for England, did really well for Man United. Obviously, loads of goals, fantastic player, fantastic man as well. We gave Bobby Charlton all the respect by clapping his name. And Man United fans finally decided to show some respect for something when we were showing respect for their legend, shall we say. So very disappointed in the Man United fans. I don't think I saw one Man United fan clapping or showing any sort of respect towards Tommy Hoyland at all. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. Very disrespectful from the Man United fans. I always got it programmed into me not to like Man United. I thought that was just because they were really good when I was growing up, and obviously everybody likes the underdog. But actually, yeah, tonight has made me dislike Manchester United a lot. And yeah, I thought, don't get me wrong, I thought they were singing most way through the game. Even they were terrible. They were awful today. Got a really rubbish side out. Obviously, they've managed to scrape through against bottom of the league, 1 point Sheffield United. But their fans sang all the way through, so fair play to them. Liverpool, when they came the first season in the Premier League under Wilder, I remember them singing for 5 minutes, then sang for none of it until they scored. So at least they sang throughout the game. But yeah, it just didn't like it. Didn't like it one little bit. And I think if any Man United fans are watching this, they're going to think that it's sour grapes and I'm being bitter because we lost. It certainly isn't. From before the game started, I thought they were very disrespectful to our legend. And normally, most fans are very respectful when during minute silences, minutes of applause, and things like that. When the announcer is giving a big long speech about someone that's obviously passed away. So yeah, disappointed. Anyway, let's move on to the football. Sorry for talking too much. I might just quickly go into the comments just for a second and see what other people thought. Nobody's talking about that. That's fine. Let's move on to talking about football. So I think first and foremost, Anel not being in the starting lineup was a worry. It was. But then seeing how we lined up and how well the defense played, I've got to say, we didn't miss him. We didn't. We didn't miss him. We didn't miss Egan. We didn't miss Bash. And I thought the two central defenders were fantastic. Truste and Robinson look like they've been playing there together forever. They put in, there's not one player that took that field tonight that I would say I didn't put much of a shift in. They all put such a great shift in. And yes, seeing us start with four at the back, I was worried. I was really worried, but it actually looked like we were more compact with four at the back. I don't know how that works. I really don't, because you're used to having five defenders or three centre backs and then two wing backs. So you would think three centre backs occupying that middle part of the field would be more what's the word? More I don't know, pushed in, less space than having two central centre backs. But the four defenders just seemed to like come straight in every time they were attacking. They were in, and they were really tight at the back, and I love to see it. I thought they were brilliant. Thought all four of them were brilliant. Big shout out to Luke Thompson as well, because Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas was absolutely fantastic in this game. Couple of dodgy passes he gave away, but he put in so much effort in this game. He looked like he was dying for the shirt, and that's what we want to see. And I think that's why a lot of Blades fans have had lost a little bit of respect for the players, and we're worried coming into this game because we've not put that much effort in since the Spurs game. We've had 3 games of us phoning this in. We have the defense, the midfield, everyone. I actually think that the only 2 players that have come away with a little bit of respect, probably Archer and McBurney in the last few games, but they've not particularly played well. They've just not had any support whatsoever. They had a lot of support tonight, and I thought we were fantastic. I really did. And I'm really disappointed not to come away with something, but it gives us a lot of, well, something to hold on to for the rest of the season. If we're going to play like that most weeks or half of the season, we certainly won't go down with the record low points tally. We're certainly going to pick up some points. We're going to pick up wins. We will. We eventually will. And I thought this could have been one tonight. I thought like I said, I thought we played really well. We wilted towards the end, and we didn't look like we were going to score after they scored as well, which was sad. But yeah, we'll get there. By the way, I'll put my hands up, hold my hands up, and say I didn't write any notes for this because I had barely any battery. Backstory: my little boy went into hospital today. He's all fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to talk too much about it. But we took him into the walk-in centre. So I were expecting to have been able to charge my phone, but I was in the walk-in centre for 3 hours and then straight to the match. So I had barely any battery. So I've had no chance to write any notes. This is all off the top of the dome. So if I get anything wrong, please let me know. I've watched some of the highlights after I've got back from the game. But yeah, this is mostly me just talking about what I remember from the game, and it's pretty tough when you've not written any notes. But McBurney certainly got a really, really good chance really early on. It must have been between 2 and 5 minutes old, the game, because we certainly started the brighter. We were so good early on as well, knocking the ball around really fast. And this is the thing in the Premier League, you've got to move the ball quick. And watching us under Wilder in that first season, I've seen loads and loads of videos recently of kind of looking back to those days, and we moved the ball so quickly. Did say Ender Stevens, Lundstrom, even McBurney, Callum Robinson, Fleck, all of them moved the ball so quickly, and we moved the ball a lot quicker tonight than we've done all season. We really have. I think this is the best attacking performance of ours this season, if I'm being honest. I know we've scored more goals in other games, but this was the best attacking performance for me. I think Man United fans will probably say, oh, well, we didn't have a full side out. We don't have a full side out. I think we've got lucky in a sense that some of our more attacking options have stayed relatively injury free. We'll talk about McBurney in a little bit. But Archer, Harmer, McAtee, those 3 at the moment, touch wood, are injury free. And I think the thing is, I think that's the only thing that we can really hang our hat on, because pretty much all the defense are injured. We've got a massive injury problem in the defense. Yeah, some midfielders out, some strikers out. We've got so many injuries in this squad. Man United have got some injuries as well, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think we win on injuries, to be perfectly honest. But that's not the real quiz, is it? That is not the real quiz. But no. So McBurney had that really early chance. I don't know if he was offside. The linesman didn't give it. In a great position. Obviously, it would have gone to VAR if it was close. But the liner didn't give it. The ball got fizzed into, I think it was Archer, and I think he flicked it onto McBurney. And he gets a chance right in the middle of the box. Probably had a little bit more time to maybe take a touch, steady himself, pick his spot in the goal, and I think he kind of snatched it a little bit. It reminded me of the the game at Wembley against Man City, where Illiman had a chance really early on and just snatched at it, and the keeper saved it. It was straight at Onana, pretty much. Really easy one for Onana to take. But yeah, I was thinking at that point, is this going to be our best chance of the game? Because you quite often get that feeling in the Premier League when you've been uh, not particularly great, not picking up too many points. You get a chance really early on, and it's like, are we going to get a better chance than that? Quite a lot of defenses in this division, not always, but sometimes give you that one early chance when they've not really woken up. And yeah, that was it. And I was thinking, is this it? Is this going to be it? Saying that, we didn't actually create a goal, we got a penalty. Obviously, it was a penalty, but we created so many chances early on. Archer had the ball from distance outside the box, hit a really good shot. Great save from Onana. Probably should be making that save, but it's still a good strike. And then after all that pressure that we put Man United on or under, the ball gets flicked through from Bruno Fernandes up in the air in the box. McTominay hits a bit of a shinner that kind of, I think, goes through in between Trusty and Jack Robinson. It's not right in the corner as I thought it was. Looking back on highlights afterwards, could Wes have done better? Maybe was unsighted. I'm not sure. But I actually was quickly looking at Twitter when I got home, and I saw legend of the channel Ollie Man, Beastly Ollie, for those out there, say that Wes may have been at fault for both goals. And I was thinking, no chance, neither. He couldn't have done anything with either. I kind of am with Ollie on this one. We'll get into it. Obviously, we'll talk about this one now. It didn't go right in the corner. It was a bit of a shinner. It didn't fly in the corner. Um, he might have been unsighted, but he didn't move. He might have been flat-footed as well. If it looks like he's volleying it one side and it kind of comes off a different part of his leg and ends up in the bottom corner, I don't know. I thought it was Hoyland, to be honest, but no, it wasn't. It was McTominay, two blonde lads. Obviously, you'd think that the blonde lad further up the field would have scored the goal, but obviously it was McTominay, and he's scoring loads of goals at the moment. Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't a screamer, to say the least. Anyway, it rolls into the corner, devastated. I think the whole ground was just down, really down, because we were so good early on, and then 28-minute strikes, and McTominay puts the ball in the back of the net, and it's like, oh, God. But we got them back up for it, and we managed to get a penalty in the 34th minute. A decent ball in from James McAtee. I thought McAtee was fantastic today with his right foot, actually. First time he's gone on that right foot in the game, crosses the ball into the box. It is behind McTominay. And I thought at the time it had just hit his arm. I knew it was going to be a penalty anyway, because there was so much distance between the ball and where it hit the player on the arm. But he actually moves his arm towards the ball, so it's an absolute stonewall penalty. And the fact that it took VAR about 2 or 3 minutes to make a decision is just ridiculous. It really is, because that was one of the most stonewall handballs I've ever seen in my life. Ball from miles away, puts his arm out, stops it going into the box. Clearly a penalty. Clearly a penalty. McBurney steps up, and I think that's the first penalty McBurney scored for Sheffield United. He's missed a couple in penalty shootouts. He scored a really important one for Scotland in the past. He picks the ball up. Nobody's having this off him. It's his ball. He is taking this penalty. And I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going to be honest. I think it reminded me a little bit of Brewster last season against Blackpool, where he picked the ball up. He's like, I'm having this penalty, and smashes it against the post. And do you know what? It was very, very close to being a Brewster one. Because if Brewster hits it that much left ways, it's a goal. If McBurney hits it that much right ways, that hits the post and comes out because it hit the post and went in. But it's a fantastic penalty. The keeper's not saving it. Three keepers aren't saving it. However, he did telegraph which way he was going. And in honor, it's almost like he moved before McBurney struck the penalty in that direction. So that could have easily put him off. But it didn't. Fantastic penalty in off the post. You're not saving it. Great penalty. Well done, Ollie McBurney. Um, a couple of things that I wanted to talk about was in the first half, Trusty's booking for jumping up in the air. That was quite funny, and I was a bit gutted that he got booked for it. I understand why he got booked for it, but do we really want to take these things out of the game? It was funny. It was gamesmanship. Harry Maguire went down on the right hand side, rolled off the pitch, and then rolled back on. That's gamesmanship. Could that not be a booking? If the rules change, could that not be a booking, something like that? Because if you've rolled off the pitch and rolled back on, that is gamesmanship, just like kind of what Trusty did. So I don't know. Obviously, that's not in the rules, but maybe it should be. I don't know. Yeah, I think we created a few chances in the first half, or got into some good positions. Didn't really create any clear cut chances in the first half. More, did we create more in the second half? Possibly not. Possibly not. I think Man United had a lot of chances in the second half to finish us off, but they didn't. Yeah, it could have easily gone a different way with them missing so many chances. Bruno Fernandes hit the bar in the first half as well from a free kick. Very, very well struck free kick, just didn't dip enough. We'll go into the second half. I thought we came out the same. I thought we were great. I thought we were great all game, to be perfectly honest. Around about the 60 odd minute, that's when the cavalry came on. Sort of Martial came on, Ericsson came on, Garnacho came on. They all changed the game a little bit. But I want to talk about Bruce's shot, because obviously Bruce hit an absolute thunderbolt that kind of was a little bit of a knuckleball, and the goalkeeper went that way and had to come back and push it away, because it lands perfectly for the head of James McAtee, and he gets a bit of an elbow/arm in the back from Harry Maguire. I want to know in the comments right now, was that a penalty? You tell me. I've watched it back. At the time, I wanted it to be a penalty. I was willing it to be a penalty. I didn't think there was enough in it at the time to be a penalty. Um, I think Harry Maguire does really well in the fact that it's not too blatant. It's not a push. It's not knocked him for six. I think if any of these happen, that's a penalty. No problem at all. But it kind of nudges him a little bit when he's in mid-flight. And anyone who's played football, if you go up for a header and somebody nudges you, you're not connecting with that how you want to connect with it. And it probably should be a foul. It kind of just, yeah, like I say, just not nudges him. Yeah, it's possibly a nudge. It's kind of just maneuvering him away from the ball. And he obviously goes down. He stopped him from heading the ball in the back of the net. I think he heads us in the back of the net if he doesn't get anything from Maguire. So, yeah, I think the commentator said, was it Alan Smith, possibly? I'm just trying to remember the highlights. I think he said Man United got away with one there. So that is from somebody that is completely unbiased, saying that Man United got away with one. So what does that say? So yeah, maybe we could have got a penalty there. Maybe the fact that the referee had already given us a penalty played a part. Maybe it's just that he didn't feel like there was enough of a push for that to be a penalty. Obviously, VAR didn't think that either, or they would have sent him to the screen. It's just one of them things. Gutted about McBurney. I've obviously having to come off. We're just talking about Bruce in that fantastic shot. It's gutting to see McBurney come off because McBurney had a great game. Archer had a great game as well up top with him. They're really putting a good partnership together, those two, when they get the service. And it was great also to see Harmer playing a lot further forward. McAtee coming off the right, um, Harmer coming off the left, both coming kind of in on their favoured foot. McAtee was brilliant on that right hand side, cutting in on his left. He left some of their players for dead today. I think it was the first half when he kind of outsprint. No, didn't outsprint, but nicked in and headed the ball past Rashford. Um, and Rashford came back and just shoved him over in the back. And it's like, how's that not a booking? Like such a petulant foul. How is that not a booking? So McAtee's got the ball, he's waited for the contact, and then he's gone straight through the back of him. Not sure, not foul, sorry. How's that not a yellow card? I mean, it should have been a yellow card. But yeah, one of them things. But yeah, McAtee, great game. I thought Vinny Souza was better than he has been in the last few games. I thought Norwood was brilliant. And I just think that Norwood should always be in the team unless you sign Tommy Doyle, which obviously we can't now. But if we would have signed Tommy Doyle, yes, fair enough. Norwood out of the team, Tommy Doyle in there, ready made replacement for Norwood. I just don't think we can have Norwood out of this team. Norwood is far, far, far higher up the list of players that need to start than some. I know a lot aren't going to agree with me on that, but I just think he offers so much defensively, so much with the ping out to the wings and starting attacks quicker, and also just freeing Harmer up from all the defensive work that we don't want him to do to let him do the attacking work. Because I thought Harmer was great tonight as well. Just it takes chances, and I like that from him. I want to see our players take chances because we don't do that. And in the Premier League, if you're on paper not as good as the other team, sometimes you just have to take those chances or you're going to be passing sideways and backwards. And yeah, Harmer definitely did that tonight. And just sometimes when you see him just kind of pick the ball up, stop, and then go again and like kind of dart through like two players and getting brought down or getting further up the field and starting attacks. So yeah, I thought they were all brilliant tonight, and I've got to give it a big, big shout out to the defenders. Like I say, Bogle, not the greatest defender in the world, but Bogle played really, really well tonight defensively. He's marking Rashford for most of the game, and Rashford didn't do too much tonight. To be fair, he missed a really, really good chance in the second half that he probably should have put away with his left foot just past the post. Um, but yeah, I think we defended Rashford pretty well tonight. To be fair, especially in the first half. Like I said, second half we got a bit leggy, we got a bit tired. We're always going to come up against these really, really good players, like kind of 50 million, £100 million players, and we're going to be tired towards the end of the game because the squad's so thin as well. So, but no, I thought Vinny Souza played well, Norwood played well, they all played well. I thought actually the one player that possibly came out of this a little bit scared, possibly Wes. He may. I want to give a big shout out to Wes though because in the first half, right on the stroke of half time, it makes an absolutely fantastic point blank save from Hoyland. Archer messing about with it in the midfield, giving the ball away, ball played through. Fantastic save from him. Fantastic save. So he keeps us in it at that point, but at the same time, let's go on to talking about Diego Dallo's goal because it's frustrating. And looking at it, I thought, yeah, Wes got a hand to it, but he couldn't do anything about it. It's frustrating when you're a team at the bottom of the league, 1 point, struggling to pick up any sort of points. And then their right back, that I don't know how many goals he's scored in his career, but it can't be many, curls the ball into the top corner from the edge of the box. Now, don't get me wrong, we probably should have kind of got onto him quicker, closed him down quicker. But out of all their team, Diego Dallo is not high up on my list of players that I'm like, we need to make sure we stop him from shooting. And he manages to curl one right in the top corner. It's one of them days, isn't it? They also had one from Amrabat that hit the bar, which you're going to have to ride your luck a little bit in these games, aren't you? Like I said earlier on, Sheffield United have got a massive injury crisis. So have Man United, but the difference in quality, the difference in how much these players are worth is night and day. So yeah, it's yeah, it's one of them things. We don't have many players that can do that. They've clearly got a team full of players that can do that, including the right back. But yeah, Wes, it was one of them where Wes possibly could have done better. Watching it back, he gets across to it. It gets across to it enough to get two hands on it. So why does he push it into the top corner? Don't know. Don't know the answer to that. Let us know what you thought of Wes's performance or just those two moments in the game where Man United scored. Because yeah, I certainly thought it could have been a little bit better. Osborne and Traore came on. The only thing that I will say about that, Osborne and Traore, both of them seem to play well when they come on. We're taking off James McAtee and Gus Harmer. I'd rather just keep them on. I just would. If you're bringing Osborne on, take off Norwood or take off Vinicius. Don't take off one of the most attacking players. Yes, he might have had a bit of a knock. Yes, he might be a bit tired, but those two players are going to get you goals this season. So taking him off when we need a goal, maybe not the right decision. But if he's trying to save him for other games, I understand it. It was nice to see Ryan One on the bench as well. He looks massive, doesn't he? Looks massive. I would have actually liked to have seen him come on for 5 or 10 minutes just to give him a run, see what he's got in him, and he's a big lad as well. That's my only thing. What I'll say about Hecky's decision making tonight. We brought off Harmer and McAtee, both small guys, and we brought on two titchy guys as well. We brought on Ben Osborne and Benny Traore. On your bench, yes, we've not got massive players, don't get me wrong, but you're going up against Man United. You're not going to pass them off the pitch for 90 minutes, especially not 5, 10 minutes before the end. I'd have put on Ryan One and who was the other player that I was thinking about earlier on that I'd have brought on instead? Oh, I'd have brought on Slimani. I'd have brought Slimani on, both big lads. Bring them on, chuck the ball into the box. Let's see if we can put them under a bit of pressure. That's possibly what I would have done. But yeah, anyway, I thought we were fantastic tonight. Every single player put in an absolute shift. I'll quickly go through some comments before I let you go, guys. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Make sure you like the video, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, or whether it's on Twitch, which I don't think there's many people on there. But if you are on there, give it a like or follow or whatever. We played well until McBurney went off. That's a good. Do you know what? I didn't even think about that, but I still thought we played okay with Brewster up top. Brewster looked he looked sharp. He looked sharp tonight. Thought it was an excellent performance. Bit baffled why he changed system in the second half. Yep. Wes was great. Robbo outstanding. Blades are staying up. Okay, Blade Runner. Okay, I hope you're right. Hope you're right. Stupid substitutions, McAtee for Osborne. That's definitely what I was just going on about before. Crystal Blade, we definitely need a new keeper. There's two contrasting opinions there straight away. Chris and Blade Runner. Blade Runner. Traore for Gus. Yeah. Probably not what you want to see, is it? Norwood first man, hitting the first man with every cross. A lot of free kicks at the first man, to be honest, tonight. Gutted. That's the reason everyone hates him. Don't know. Can't remember what that was. Sorry, mate. Matt Costello. Okay, playing well, but it's a point-based system. Rather play crap and get something. Going to be a long season. Already has been so far. I'm going to be honest though, Matt. Like, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, we'd not seen any performances in the last three. So it's good to see us actually putting ourselves about, getting stuck in, passing the ball quickly, getting in the faces. Yeah, it's better. It's certainly better. But Bernie's exit changed the game. Without him, we can't hold the ball up, which leads to constant pressure. Far too many mistakes in the second half, especially from Thomas. Didn't help either. Fair enough. I'm feeling quite philosophical. It's not Hecky's fault. It's not the player's fault. We're just not good enough. I had a message from Scott I used to work with earlier on who said the exact same thing, Steve. bottom of the league, yet we had more shots on target than them. Is that right? Fair enough. I didn't realise that. There were a couple that hit the bar, which obviously isn't a shot on target, and a couple of shots that they should have done a lot better with. Garnacho towards the end as well. Really, really bad effort when he was one on one with Wes. Um, get a half fit Baldock in front of Bogle. Bogle is good going forward, but dodgy defending. I think Kieran's saying Bogle in front of Baldock. Yeah, half fit Baldock in front of Bogle. Yeah, I think you got that wrong, but yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. I'd like to see that. I really would. Archer on his socks off. Archer was very, very good tonight. I really enjoyed watching him. I'll just quickly put polls up. Great to see Special Brew back and hungry. Great first shot on target. Thomas was fitting in nicely. Trusty solid. Card against him a bit harsh. Yeah, agreed, mate. We played well for 45 minutes. No chance of winning games. We are blowing after 65 minutes. Our bench is so bad. I think you're probably right. Honestly, first half was so impressed. Shape changed and bare bones, but we looked so hungry and dominant. McTominay bobbled one in against the run of play is the first negative. Wish we capitalised tonight. Agreed. Um, who was the captain? That's a great point. It must have been Norwood. It's got to have been Norwood. Amame Slimani didn't get minutes to bolster the midfield late on. That's what I said. But I really like that setup. McAtee looks so impactful. He did. Really, really enjoyed watching McAtee tonight. Like I keep saying, finishing was poor as usual. McBurney chance after 3 minutes was offside. VAR would have ruled it out. Fair enough, Paul. Fair enough, mate. I thought it was close. It looked offside. Uh, one of the weakest Man United teams I've seen in a long time. Blades were so unlucky. It's one of the weakest Blades teams as well, isn't it, David? To be fair, mate, like it's fine saying that this is like the best chance of beating Man United, but if we'd have had a full side out, we might have beaten them tonight. But yeah, we just didn't. We've both got terrible injuries. We took our best two creative players off. Tells us the story. Michael, you're not wrong, mate. You are not wrong. Um, so we're talking about the penalty now. Yes, penalty. United got a free kick for Bruce for doing something very similar in the second half. Not a pen for me. Fair enough. 100% pen. Should have been a penalty. So yeah, there's a lot of people saying penalty. Methvin saying not a penalty. Hecky called Man United in the pre-match interview. No. Sackable offence, Hecky. Sackable offence. That's shocking. Oh my gosh, match of the day is criminal watching. 1 minute of commentary on Man United's wasted chances, nothing on us at all. That's shocking. But if people have watched this tonight, watched the game tonight, they'll have seen that the Blades aren't going to be beating Derby's record. We're just not. Alex is a mate of mine who is a Man United fan. It was a good strike, mate. Hit the bar twice. Yeah, fair enough, but it's still off target, isn't it? Both times Man United hit the bar, it wasn't barring down, it was barring over or barring out, so it wasn't close enough. Agree with you about Norwood. Thank you very much, Mark. As much as I love Wes, he should have done nothing with the winner. Wes is showing his worth. Do you really think? Do you really think he couldn't do anything about the winner? Certainly got both hands to it. But yeah, everybody's obviously everyone's got their own opinions. That's fair enough. Best game I've seen all season. Completely agree. It's the best we've played, and we've got a really patched up side. Norwood gave the ball away for their first. Yeah, players give balls away. McAtee gave one away in the middle of the pitch. Other players gave ball away tonight. Yeah, it just happens, doesn't it? Archer gave the ball away, they nearly scored. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. I want players to take chances. I do, because that's the only way we're going to win games of football in this division, like I said earlier. 3 senior players on the bench, far too slow to react with subs. Robbo, man of the match for me, but everyone gave it. Do you know what? I've not even spoken about Robinson. Robinson was excellent tonight. Excellent. Him and Trusty were brilliant together. And like I said, right at the start of the stream, if it's like those two have been playing together in a back 2/back 4 for years. That's how good they were. Thought Bruce was okay when he came on. Fair enough. Mr. Vancouver, final comment of the stream. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here tonight. Really, really appreciate you all. If you watch the game on TV, Wes looks terrible. So many of their shots just static. That's not what we wanted to see. I'll just pop a couple more on. Yep, according to BBC, we had 6 shots on target. They had 5. Wowzers, wowzers. Anyway, we're all done. Thank you very much for watching. Devastated, devastated that we haven't picked at least a point up tonight. But it's a lot better performance than we've been having. And the thing is, as Blades, we just want to see him putting a performance in. We're not one of these entitled club that expect him to be winning 5-6 nil every week. We're not expecting to see champagne football every week. It's nice when it happens, but we don't expect that. We expect to see him put 100% in, and they hadn't been doing that in the last few games. Tonight, they put every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears into that game, and that's why I've walked away tonight with my head held high and proud of the lads, and haven't been for the last few games. So no, it was nice to see. It's nice to walk away and think, do you know what? There's a little bit of hope this season, whether that's only a little bit. But yeah, I thought they did really well tonight. A lot of respect to all the players that put that shift in tonight. We were unlucky, and yeah, one of them things. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, we'll see you very, very soon.